A lot of questions get asked for me from new agents on how to actually transition into the final expense field. Whether they're coming into this business brand new from a full-time job, or maybe they're coming into this business from another line of insurance. They want to know, how do you do the transition so you can do it smoothly and effectively without any sort of serious roadblocks or obstacles to pass over. And my opinion on that is coming up right after this. Hey, it's Dave Duford again at Final Expense Agent Mentor. FEAgentmentor.com is the website. Today's topic is how to transition smoothly and effectively into the final expense business. So there's two parts to this, one of which is the full-time worker, not in insurance, how they want to get into final expense. And the other is from somebody who's selling insurance currently but not final expense and wants to make the transition into it. So I want to start off with a little story about how I got into this business and then how I failed out of this business to get back into it again. So when I first got in this business, I owned a personal training gym. I was struggling at the time, but it was a good solid 3 days of work a week. And I liked the idea of final expense, so the way I transitioned into it is I made time on off days where I didn't have clients, or at the end of the day, or even Saturdays, to go out and work leads. I was very serious about doing well in this business, and I wanted to do what it took. So if you're in another line of business, make time to transition in. With final expense, you can sell in the morning, you can sell in the evenings, which is usually the best time really, as well as the weekends, even Sunday if you're super serious. Saturday's fine though. I just talked to a gentleman in Oregon the other day. He is going to be doing a series of sales in the morning between 9 and 12, and then he's also going to do some evenings on a part-time basis because he works for the school system. So that stuff works fine. Final expense is one of those products that you can really sell anytime, anywhere. There's not really any time restrictions like, you got to wait till they get home from work. None of these people work. They're mostly retired or disabled. Now, the other aspect or other story of this is when I failed out of the business, I actually got a full-time job. And I mean seriously full-time, 40 hours, 45 hours a week, selling on top of that. And after working 6 weeks for the man and realizing how much it sucks, I decided I wanted to get back in the final expense, but do it the right way. The way I got that to work is I started evenings right around 3 or 4, selling final expense, twice or 3 times a week, and then all day Saturday. I was home very often, late at night, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but hey, it's what you have to do sometimes to make the transition. So a couple of points I want to make on this. I am totally in support of a part-time start in transitioning to a full-time approach to this business because, look, if you've got a job where you've got dependable money coming in, that's awesome. You are not going to have commission breath. You just got to make sure you're still motivated to go out there and work, even though you may get rejected. You may have a hard time getting going. It may be frustrating at first, and you could just easily stay at home instead. You don't want to be in that position. You want to go out there and work hard anyhow. It's very important. So as long as you give a full-time effort to your part-time final expense position, it's a fine deal. When I was at my full-time job, I got to the point where I had saved up enough money. I felt confident in myself again that I could do this business, that I didn't need to screw around and do the wrong things. And I could transition full-time. And that's exactly what I did many years ago. I haven't looked back. So, final expense is always going to be there. You don't want to rush in too quickly. Capitalization is very important. You want to make sure you've got a big pile of cash to support your family, especially if you've never done 100% straight commission position. You eat what you kill, and you're going to have ups and downs. So the more capital position you have, the better off you're going to be. And bottom line, you can transition part-time into final expense. You just got to do it the right way. If you like what you heard today, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll get videos every Monday, new ones every Monday. And then also, if you have it right up here or here, I don't know what side it's on, you need to join my No BS Final Expense newsletter. Within that newsletter, to people who are new to it, get all sorts of free stuff. What can be better than free? Especially when it helps you sell more stuff. You get an audio sales call with me, a live sales call to learn how I sell insurance. You also get a live appointment setting call, so you see how we set up final expense appointments. And then lastly, you're going to get scripts on door knocking and appointment setting. All sorts of stuff to help you do better in this business. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is David Duford. My business is Final Expense Agent Mentor at FEAgentmentor.com. We'll see you around next time. Take care.